Hello there, one and all, and thank you very much for tuning in to episode 377 of Love at First Scent with me, Persolaise, coming to you live from YouTube, whether you're watching live or you're watching the recording. Thank you very much. Please do consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already done so, and if you'd like to find out how you can support my work, you should be able to see a link to my Ko-fi page in the video description below. First comment goes to Scent Genie, who says, "Hey again, everyone. Milad is watching from Muscat and lets us know that he's wearing Iris Nazarena." Oh, that's another good iris. Speaking of irises in the previous video. Pradeep is still here. Angela's here. Frag Chaitan says, "So timely. One of the places in the US that I buy samples from just introduced this line." Good point. Try Bois Imperial, says Woozy. Yeah, I have actually smelled that one already. Need to try the Vetiver, says Mika Shoemaker. Okay. So what are we doing in this one? And I need to get a move on because I don't have, and I need to get this video done fairly quickly. And we've got 7 perfumes to try. A little while ago, somebody suggested that I should check out this brand, Essential Parfums, or yeah, it must be Essential Parfums, because if you were writing the word essentiel, you wouldn't write it like that in French, would you? So it's a mix of French and English. And their whole thing is making high quality perfumes relatively affordable, because they if you look on their website, they've got this whole thing about how they cut out the middleman and they don't go to too many retailers, etc., etc. I was specifically told that I needed to smell this because I should smell the Quentin Bisch release, Bois Imperial, and so I ordered the discovery set for myself. And I did try the Quentin Bisch, and I thought, okay, I understand why this person told me that I need to smell it. And then I told myself I needed to come back to these one day, but I kind of never did. And then just recently, somebody mentioned Essential Parfum, and I thought, well, what am I waiting for? I need to do a kind of Love at First Scent video and force myself to be in the position of sharing these with you. So we're going to try and get through all 7. However, I'm aware that since I ordered the discovery set, there is now an 8th one called Fig Infusion. And I think they have done a discovery set that includes that one, but sadly, I haven't got that one. Oh dear, what are the comments people are saying so far? Rachel says, "Good, have lots of the travel sizes. I like Mon Vetiver, Bois Imperial, and Nice Bergamote. Coincidentally, my scent of the day," says Jen O, "is Ganymede. I still need to try Bois Imperial." Germs says, "Bois Imperial is nice for the price." Okay, that's an interesting way of putting it. Plus points from the brand are that they make the names of the perfumers front and center. In fact, on the discovery set, you not only get their names, but you get their faces as well. They're very, very transparent about the concentrations. You know, if you go on their website, they tell you, for example, I'm looking at the site now for Nice Bergamote, which says that it's concentrated at 16%, that it doesn't contain any coloring, that it's 92% natural, but you know, whether that means by weight or by number of ingredients, okay, we can put that one to one side. And I think we should go in the order in which they're presented here, which means we finish with Bois Imperial. But I don't think that's necessarily the order in which they were released, because if we start with Nice Bergamote, that came out, no, that was one of the first ones. So that came out in 2018. Right, so let's get a blotter. I have also, I'm not promising that this is going to happen with every single video from now on, because logistically it's a little bit tricky. I have also pre-sprayed every single one of these and sort of sprayed them and kind of tried to shun them so I'm not influenced by anything. And I have got the pre-sprayed versions around me so that I can give you a little bit of an update on how they've been doing after 2 hours or so on the blotter. Now this this set is a little bit worse for wear. Never mind. So the Nice Bergamote is, which I suppose also could mean nice bergamot, is by Antoine Maisondieu, who knows a thing or two about Nice, because I believe he is from that part of France originally. So here we go. Rachel says, "I would buy a full bottle of Nice Bergamote and Mon Vetiver." Okay. Well, that is a very nice bergamot. Sharon says, "Love the pre-spray technique, as I'm curious about the dry down on these." Yes, the pre-spray thing is interesting, because the trouble is I need to have the pre-sprayed ones close enough to me so that I can grab them, but not so close that they actually interfere, because Monsieur Bisch and his love of Akigala wood have pretty much filled this room. But anyway, these are quite minimalistic, says Pradeep. Okay, so this is a very, very pleasant citrus, maybe leaning a little bit towards the sweet side. It feels like it's going to go the way of a nice bergamot, in the sense that it's going to be sort of, tea-like and slightly smoky. What does the brand say about it? A sunny burst of the finest natural Calabrian bergamot leaves an impression of brightness behind, woven with a natural floral accord of rose petals, jasmine, and ylang-ylang from the Comoros archipelago. I mean, okay, if in the opening, if it's floral, it's just very, very, very gently, very lightly floral. Precious cedar wood creates a warm base softened by tonka beans from Venezuela. Nice bergamot features a natural and sustainable variety of ylang-ylang from Comores, extracted by lowering the impact on the local ecosystem and by implementing a replanting program of trees. We source tonka beans that support local Venezuelan communities. This is making me think of the last masterclass we did, with an agreement to protect the surrounding fauna. So good for you, thumbs up. All these releases, says Mika, seem pleasant, but nothing spectacular or particularly interesting. And yes, this is, I mean, pleasant is the word, but it's not especially intriguing. So where's my pre-sprayed bergamot? Just try and clear my nose. This is, I've labeled them as well. I've been very, very, very good. Don't say I'm not being good to you. Yeah, in its dry down, it is what you would expect from a gentle cologne type scent. It's gone very, very pleasantly, gently, delicately woody. I mean, the cedar absolutely is there. You can maybe get a whiff of the sweetness of the tonka bean. You spoil us, says Angela. Yeah, I do, actually. I do. But you deserve it. And you're very good to me as well. Yeah, it's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. Does it make me think of the south of France? Not particularly, but then I don't know the south of France as well as Antoine Maisondieu does. Sister Parfum says, thank you so much for including the dry down. Now I know it's quite hard, but superb initiative. We'll see what we can do. There will be some days when I can do it. There'll be some days when I can't. If I can, I will. We'll just see how it goes. But I'm letting myself off from doing a blotter update. When I do these ones, then I don't have to do a blotter update, unless there's something really, really interesting that I need to tell you, in which case I'll probably stick it on the website anyway. So that's the bergamot. What's next? Next is Rose Magnetic by Sophie Labbe. And that is also one of the ones from 2018. So let me just bring up the website so that I'm ready. Let's label the blotter. Get a fan spread blotter, spread like a perfumer. Yes, I have got something that kind of functions as that, but it's not like a proper one. I should try and get myself one of those ones. Okay, Rose Magnetic. I like the idea of a magnetic rose, although having recently tried Guerlain's Rosa Magnifica, which is really, really magnetic and metallic, I've so enjoyed wearing that, but that's another video. Okay, Sophie Labbe's Rose for Essential Parfums. Oh, well, that's quite faint. The rose, in my opinion, says Woozy, is a cheap alternative to Rose Chérie from Guerlain. Okay. It feels syrupy. It feels cordially, like some kind of rose water, cordial, things like Ruh Afza, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, which I think contains some floral notes. But sorry, to think that my mind was going in the direction of Rosa Magnifica, which is actually so big and so complex and so alluring. This is just very sweet and simple. Sweet, I mean, personality-wise sweet. These are like linen sprays, says Pradeep. Yeah, they could. I mean, this would make a very, very attractive candle. So as far as roses go, this one is leaning more, as I say, sweet, citrusy, maybe a little bit creamy, maybe a little bit milky, but there's nothing here that's particularly honeyed or sensual or carnal or peppery. None of that sort of rose. So maybe it's trying to do the centifolia thing. There are no big shakes, says Rachel, but they are pretty decent. Yeah, no big shakes so far is a good description of those two. The most sensual, this is from their website, of all flowers displays all its facets in this creation, playful, addictive, and modern in turn. No, that's not addictive. Anyway, a hint of bitter grapefruit and fresh peppermint contrast against the lush femininity of the rose. Layers of lychee, yeah, it does do that watery lychee thing. Natural cedarwood, musks, and natural vanilla bean add to its intoxicating appeal. At the core of Rose Magnetic is a combination of natural rose essential from Laboratoire Monique Remy and natural Turkish rose absolute LMR, both certified for life. Each is sustainably produced with the goal of providing more stable wages to local communities. Okay, that's fine. Sister Parfum says, for me, a very good price and minimalistic olfactive style, no risk, but that's not the aim. Yes, and I suppose you could ask the question of, do we need it though? But you know, maybe that's a question to which there can only be individual, very, very personal answers. Where's my pre-sprayed rose? Okay, so it's not one of those, and it's not there, and it's not there. Oh no, because I didn't write rose, I wrote magnetic on the thing, didn't I? Never mind. Okay. Okay. It's not doing anything different. If anything, I suppose it's become a bit less sweet and a bit more woody. Kind of dry, woody. But I suppose it's lost some of that kind of juvenile quality, which is probably a good thing. But, you know, what kind of blotter is that? Very cool. OM. This is a very, very special blotter. This is called the take some tissue paper and twist it round and then flare up the top like a flower, as I was taught to do by my mum when she worked in a perfume shop many, many years ago. Type of blotter. It's so special, but it actually works really well because you can get your nose into it. But in the shop where she worked in other shops, they did a much better job, and they actually sort of turned it almost like into a little rose. But it works because you can kind of get your nose into it. I think it's a nice way of doing it. Okay, so that's the rose. It's fine. Moving on. Mon Vetiver by Bruno Jovanovic. That is also from 2018. Let's get this blotter. Do you make swans out of napkins? Only on a Tuesday. And only when somebody pays me. Now, you would have thought the Vetiver is going to be a bit of a heavy hitter, surely. Love this tissue rose idea, says Sister Parfum. Thumbs up for your mum. But you need to get tissue paper that doesn't have any of those sort of balms or balsams on it, because you don't want anything interfering with the smell, right? You should use tissues when you review Creed again, says Yura, to dry up those tears. This also is a good idea. Pradeep says this is the only one I enjoy a bit. I love the a bit. It's almost like Hannibal Lecter saying, you wear l'air du temps, but not today. Okay. Mon Vetiver. Now, this one I will be curious to smell on the dry down, because this feels... Oh, Philippe says it's pronounced Jovanovic. But that doesn't tell me whether it's Jovanovic or Jovanov. Okay, we'll go. It's a Balkan name, so we'll go with Jovanovic. But maybe I have actually met him a long time ago. I should have asked him. We'll go with Bruno. Bruno J. This feels like it could be interesting in the dry down, because it's not doing that slightly spicy, slightly grapefruity, citrusy Guerlain Vetiver thing at the top. This one reminded me of my grandpa's cologne, says Helen White, and this is not a bad thing. I've been searching for a facsimile for many years, getting a full bottle. Okay. And this is going to be annoying. What does this remind me of? The woodiness here is very, very nicely done, actually. Really suave. And please come to me what you're reminding me of. because this is going to bug me. It's another Vetiver. Maybe it's the Guerlain, or maybe it's the Mal. Let's see what the brand says. I actually find these brand blurbs quite refreshingly prosaic. Charismatic and elegant, but surprising, this composition centers around the natural essence of Haitian Vetiver, an unexpected gin accord. Oh, maybe it's the juniper-y thing then. Yeah, that is a nice touch. An unexpected gin accord infuses it with freshness from Mexican lime and juniper essence. Accents of natural lavandin and gentian add even more interest, intensified by mysterious facets of cashmere wood. So that'll be cashmeran then. And natural Indonesian patchouli. Mon Vetiver is built on Vetiver Haiti LMR, which is certified for life, reducing environmental impact and supporting farming communities in Haiti. Okay. And I've just noticed it saying on the website that there are refillable bottles as well. I impulse purchased, says Christine, Thé Musc, we're coming up to that one, ages ago, and honestly thought it meant the musk. I'm sure you and lots of people did. I couldn't work out why it wasn't an Uber musk, no accent on the E. Helen White says he spent time in France in World War II. Oh, this is your granddad, right? And think it was French. He lived in the UK, passed about 15 years ago. Sorry to read that. It's very likely that it was Guerlain's. It's really, really very, very likely that it was Guerlain's, or maybe Givenchy's. Try smelling that one. How does it compare with Vetiver Extraordinaire, says Frank Chaitan? It's a lot quieter and not as clean. But where's the Vetiver? Here we go. Okay. Okay. So the first question I had in my head is this going to go swampy? And certainly on this paper, it doesn't go swampy. Now, the swampiness is most pronounced, I think you will agree, on skin. So maybe I need to give this one a skin outing. But who knows, maybe this will be one of those rare Vetivers that I can wear around Madame Persolaise. Wish it was a bit stronger, says Pradeep. I spray it 20 times and it doesn't go swampy. There you go. So what it stays is woody and very, very kind of close to the skin, which must be the effect of the cashmeran. And it feels quite snuggly, actually. So this is the best of the three so far, because it's not playing that let's hit them over the head with a huge Vetiver sledgehammer type thing. Not swampy, but a lot of cashmeran. Yeah, well, I guess you can't have it both ways, right? Moving on. Next is Orange X Santal. So orange crossed with Santal, which is by Nathalie Gracia-Cetto, whose name... What did she do just recently? Because I seem to remember saying her name not that long ago. Maybe somebody will remind me. Let's load up the correct site. Here we go. Now, orange and sandalwood actually sounds like it should be a really, really great combination. And with this brand's natural thing, I wonder what kind of sandalwood it's going to be. Orange Santal, Woozy says, is a great citrus chypre. I think that's the most interesting one, says Mika. Okay, let's go. Oh, well, the orange opening is certainly lovely. Got some nice bite to it. Pradeep says, oh dear, this is the take on Bigarade Concentré. Okay. I wonder... Just looking, eyeing up where the blotter is. No, that's not it. Where have I put it? I must have done it. Oh, here we go. Hiding from me, is it? Okay, so it's ready. I wonder, many love Orange Santal and no one talking about it, but I found it too harsh and personally not enough rounded at the end, says Sister Parfum. Yeah, I wonder if it's going to do that slightly rough sandalwood thing that some sandalwood fragrances seem to feel the need to do. But certainly in the opening, I like how the citrus feels like it's being made more authoritative by the wood. But you know, so far on the strength of these four, they're not ones that kind of take me off into realms of olfactory exploration in my head. I haven't got, you know, tons of images coming to my mind. They seem quite figurative, quite sort of literal. Not like particularly faceted, okay, which is I guess what I look for. What do they say? Radiant and joyful, natural bitter orange and natural sandalwood transport you to the Italian coast. The bright juice of the orange is offset by the aromatic bitterness from its peel, rounded out with green basil from Egypt. French oak moss provides a chypre accord, while natural French cypress wood and Australian sandalwood anchor the luminous top notes. We use natural sandalwood oil harvested by Aboriginal communities in Western Australia, promoting a sustainable supply of the precious ingredient, which is also very, very, very good to know. A bit too scratchy somehow, says Nathalie. Yes, some sandalwoods do that. So where is the Santal? Okay. Yura, why are you just saying Nerma? Well, I'll probably figure it out when I go back over the comments. Okay, so this is the Santal as of, what, 2.5 hours ago? I probably need to give it a go on skin, to be fair to it, but it doesn't seem to have the smoothness that you would want from the sandalwood. You know, that lovely, lovely, very, very kind of gently, creamy, milky quality. It's a little bit more on the bolshy side. You know, somebody said a bit rough around the edges. Somebody said a bit scratchy. It's a different species of sandalwood, says DJ. It won't be the same. Yes, an Australian sandalwood does have that rougher quality to it. And then, of course, a whole other level is some people, you know, using Indian sandalwood that's been grown in Australia. The dry down is pretty underwhelming, says Pradeep. Yeah, and so far, as I say, all of these are just a little. Oh, Sharon, thank you very much. You don't need to do that, but thank you very much. It's very kind. Love catching a Sunday live. Thank you for the perfume reviews and conversation. That is really, really very, very kind, and much appreciated and very helpful. Thank you. But I want to move on because I don't want to labor these videos. Let's do the one by Olivier Pescheux, which is the Divine Vanilla, Divine Vanille. And I think that one isn't 2018 anymore. So that came out in 2019. So for some reason that's here, that's in this order. And the vanilla, you know, so I'm guessing, you know, having smelt 4, I'm thinking, okay, so this will probably just be a good quality, well done vanilla that maybe we don't particularly need, but we've got because maybe it'll sell. Where are we with the website? Oh, now that's, oh gosh, okay. That's very, very vanilla bean. Waiting for validation on this one, says Helen White. Why? Is that the one you like? I get tobacco from this, says Pradeep. Well, yes, you might, because actually the vanilla feels really, really quite naturalistic. Now, almost that it's kind of going into that slightly nail varnish removery smell that you can get from some vanilla beans. You know, like when you cut into them if you're cooking, they can have a very, very kind of high, shrill, slightly cutting feel to them, which contrasts beautifully with the warmth and the smokiness and the tobacco feel. Definite tobacco notes here as well. I feel like I'm in the kitchen. I feel like I've just cut, you know, sliced through a vanilla pod. Divine Vanille is meh, says Rachel. Sister Parfum says, this was my only purchase with the shower gel. Interesting. I get a lot of tonka in there, quite amberish, says Philippe. But I just like how at least in the opening, it feels very, you know, not fakey vanilla. A tribute to Vanilla Absolute, sustainably produced in Madagascar. Mysterious, suave, deep, carnal, simply irresistible. Natural tonka bean and benzoin enhance the soft, balmy, and addictive facets of vanilla. A blend of natural cinnamon bark and sensual leathery tones of natural osmanthus reveal rich facets of blonde tobacco and dried fruits. An innovative fraction of natural cedarwood and patchouli brings a creamy, woody structure highlighted with silky musks, wrapping the fragrance with a delicate, luminous veil. And this one is also an EDP concentrated at 16%. Christine says, I don't really understand why they obtained the services of such big name noses only to make rather unambitious scents. Or maybe that was the deal. Maybe, you know, they sort of said, look, try and make them smell decent, but do not go over a certain budget. And maybe the perfumers liked the challenge. Certainly good start. So where is my vanilla blotter? There we go. Right, so this again is the one from 2 hours ago. M says, would it be a good vanilla for those who dislike cloyingly sweet vanilla scents? Well, on the strength of this, yes, actually. Because this one hasn't gone sickly, sweet. It's not even especially or overly powdery. Sister Parfum says it's the one very close to Herod by Parfum de Marly and the same perfumer, Monsieur Pescheux. Oh, okay, interesting. Nicely done, actually. You know, if you want to smell completely vanillic, but you don't want to be overly powdery or, you know, overly like lush. Yeah, I'm struck by the effectiveness of the excuse me, of the opening. The opening is quite good. Right, we're nearly there. We're nearly with Quentin Bisch. This is Calice Becker, whose work I always have a lot of time for, but we don't get a lot of her work in these sorts of brands, sadly. Let's get the website ready. And I think this one was one of the originals from 2018. Now, if it's tea and it's musk, I'm kind of thinking, is it going to be really quiet or is it going to be really loud? Let's see. Frag Chaitan says, you saved me money on samples. Thanks. You're very, very welcome. Glad to be of service. Okay. Tea musk, not the musk. Okay, so it's quiet. Yeah, it's proper laundry musks here, isn't it? Quite synthetic-y feeling. I mean, Calice Becker is a genius at using synthetics. You know, she could make something like Beyond Paradise, which may not even contain any naturals at all, and yet make it feel like it's come to you from some supernatural garden of the future. Remember that Calice Becker originated Tommy Girl and the whole tea genre, says Gavin. Very, very, very good mention there. Thank you. You're absolutely right. This is, I suppose, what's interesting. I mean, I'm not getting a particularly strong tea note. Wait and try it on the skin, says Sister Parfum, and you will see the animalistic side of it. I did not like it at all on paper the first time. Oh, let's do it then. Let's see. Let's go. If you are telling me that that's what I need to do, as it's the penultimate one anyway, and as I know what the last one is like, let's get a little bit of this on skin. It's very, very sheer. It's very transparent, but that kind of thing, you know, I think the sort of one of the best achievements in that kind of thing we've had lately is Fabrice Pellegrin's L'Eau Papier for Diptyque. Okay, I suppose it is warmer on skin and it is coming across as a bit more sensual, but not especially tea-like. This one's going to be hard to make out on the pre-sprayed one, isn't it? Right, let's see. Okay, I suppose it's become a little bit more sort of woody, musky. But maybe this is meant to be the understated one, you know, maybe this is the one that they take people to when somebody says, well, you know, I don't actually like wearing perfume very much. This is like a haze of a pleasant scent rather than an intriguing creation. At once fresh, honeyed and warm, says the website, Thé Musc is a subtle blend of captivating scents. It opens with red ginger from Laos and natural lavandin grosso from France. Natural and sustainable beeswax brings a creamy sweetness to the heart, paired with a pure note of nirvanolide musk. Australia's natural sandalwood punctuates the blend with warm, woody tones. Replanted 20 years ago, Australia's sandalwood album, or Santal album, I suppose, it provides Aboriginal communities with protection and sustainability for their land. Eura says Mr. P has instigated the biggest tissue shortage since the pandemic. Don't you know it? Yeah, This one's just, I think I just want it to be a little bit more engaging. And then we get to the one that I have smelt before. The one, will you still use those tissues, sire, says Pradeep. Well, there's no reason not to use them, but maybe some of them I'd prefer to give to somebody else. Well, they're not dirty, are they? Bois Imperial by Quentin Bisch, which was released in 2020. And as I say, we've got Fig Infusion now in 2022, which I haven't smelled. And this is, I could see why I was told to smell this, because it came from a time where, oh, Woozy, Bois Imperial on skin, please. No, I can't. Sorry. You have to pay me a lot more than that. No. Oh, Despina says, I wonder why you pronounce Te from Te Musc as the. I believe it is actually meant to be or the fragrance hasn't got anything to do with tea, really. Well, I don't know. Maybe it is the musk. But then why is it the Musc? They need to make up their minds. Well, whatever. No, I didn't particularly get a tea note. I think it's the musk too, says Gavin, but it's not the musk. It's the Musc. Okay. I think Quentin Bisch is moving away from his insane love affair with Akigala wood. I hope he is. Certainly his patchouli magnetic for Crivelli didn't sort of go all crazy Akigala wood, but I think that he recently do something. If you say Akigala wood 3 times in front of the mirror, Bisch appears. I will try that. I'll try that. Anyway, you've completely made me lose my train of thought. Yes, he recently did something, though, or it was recently released. Was it for Parfum de Marly, which again did the Akigala wood thing? But I think maybe he's moving away from it. This is him in full-on Akigala wood mode. Yeah, it's the kind of sort of photocopied, slightly toned down version of his Ganymede for Marc-Antoine Barrois. I'm just reading your comments and laughing here. What does this say about it? But you know what? This somehow is not in keeping with the rest of this range. It almost feels like they did the first 6 and then somebody said to them, no, hang on. You need to do something a bit heavier. You need to do something a bit more hard-hitting. You need to do something with a bigger sillage. And they thought, oh, well, let's go with Akigala wood. So I wonder what the fig one is like. I wonder if that's also a huge fig. Freshly crushed and spicy Thai basil, says the website. Basil leaves meet the sparkling, peppery and grapefruit facets of Nepalese Timot pepper absolute, a brilliant combination that contrasts perfectly with the bold, woody signature of the fragrance. A green, rich and earthy Haitian vetiver oil echoes with Georgie wood, an exclusive molecule with powerful cedarwood tones. This vibrating woody association is illuminated by the sophisticated floralcy of Petalia, which I think is maybe another Givaudan material. Majestic Akigala wood truly signs the fragrance. Yes, it does. This exclusive natural ingredient is upcycled from patchouli through a biotechnology process. Its unique, spicy, woody character is enhanced by a rich Indonesian patchouli oil and a powerful, sustainable note of ambrofix. Pradeep says it has made him a star perfumer. Yes, it has. It absolutely has. But yeah, for me, it's just a bit too much because it's just so kind of sour, bitter, pit of my stomach type unpleasantness. But the divisiveness of it is powerful. Sister Parfum says, so many loved Bois Imperial, their bestseller. I made one spray and said, not for me, but tried very hard. It reminded me of a touch of Caractère from Daniel Hector. Gosh, maybe because of the patchouli. Their discovery set, Proto Society says, is quite reasonably priced. Think I'll find out for myself if I like any of these. I'm already tired of Akigala wood, says Rachel, but I think we are going to be getting less and less of it. Okay, I don't think we've done too badly. Under 35 minutes, and we've done 7 perfumes, and we've talked about no, we haven't talked about the blotters. I hid the Bois Imperial pre-sprayed one. Yeah, it's weird because it just seems to get stronger and stronger and stronger. And I know that when I leave this room and then I come back later to tidy up, the main thing that I will be smelling will be the Akigala wood. Yeah, and I'm not a fan, but clearly a lot of people are. Okay, thank you very much for bearing with me. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for all the chats and the questions and the comments. Stay tuned to social media for details of more videos coming your way soon. But until then, be good. Thanks a lot. Take care now. Bye.